Anyway, but these are the limits. Yeah, but for example, there is oh no, my brain's starting to go nuts. Dither step, dither store load. Dither store load. Alright, I mean this should clip it, right? If the input's greater than max bound, then this is our new output memory that equals the max bound. As if it's less than max bound, then it equals 0. Else, then it's the min bound, and otherwise it equals x. So store float sample into pointer, clip it if necessary. This assumes variable x of type int is valid, which is used by this macro. What does that mean? X. Okay, so x is an int. Is x an int? Let's see. There's x. Great. X is valid. Why does x work like that? Seems like if x is an int, it wouldn't work with large doubles, which would overflow. Maybe x should be a double. I'm a little tempted to make x a double. Whoa, where did the dither happen? Where the hell did the dither happen? Did the dither happen just now? I want to profile this code and rewrite it and profile mine. Maybe there's some, I mean, I don't see. Okay, so we're doing this, right? Dither. So dither step is no. So where does this go? This goes to store. Yeah. So store is used in dither step, and dither step says store, and then store says implement store is probably defined as implement store somewhere. Let's verify that. Whoa, how do you get there? It's defined as implement store. Okay, now I have to float to int16 is dither to int16 from float. Okay. Yeah. So what is LR in F? What is LR in F? Is that some library function I should know? Sounds familiar, but I don't know it. It's probably some embarrassing thing. conversion to integer. Okay. I see, but that's not going to work for doubles. If it's too large, yeah, and that's the problem. It is too large in some cases. So why is that an integer instead of a double? That's what I want to know. I think doubles represent, they can definitely represent the entire integer domain, and I think the 62-bit domain, and probably the definitely a 24. Let's just, I mean, you can't assume that for anything, but for the practical platforms, that's probably true. Can C double represent 24-bit int? Well, you know that the 24, in just a float, it's 32 bits, and 24 bits are the non-exponent, is that the mentisa? No. Whatever, the meat part. No, it's probably not true. I'm really tempted just to turn x into a double. What do you think? Yeah, I'm really tempted to just turn x into a double. I can't believe this is a dither step. Oh. Convert div 16. So that just bumps it up by that much. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so presumably we have a float, and then we convert like this. We multiply like this to promote to int 16. So we're multiplying by this very large value. So that will make our 100 decibels even bigger. It's still a huge number. That's way bigger than int 16. Yeah. And then, so that promote to int 16 will probably be what is an x. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because you can see the step is I'm surprised that promote stuff doesn't get called here. Where does the promote stuff get called? Dither to int 16. Well, I feel like we can get this if we just stare at this long enough. But I don't see the word promote being used except for its definition. So here's promote. So it's get used after this. But I don't see it, man. Let's search for promote. Oops. Don't want to do that. I was wrapped around. These guys are sneaky, man. Dither to int 16. Yep. promote to int16. So dither to int16 only happens from float, and we can verify that here. Dither float to int16. Yep. From float. So from float, that's the what? Third argument. The load argument. Yeah, so there's a load somewhere. The other step, it'll do load first. Then it'll do something else. And does that promote. So what was that called? From float. So that doesn't do anything, that just gets the value. And that gets multiplied by whatever. It's huge value. So this becomes a value that will never be able to fit into X, because this is maxed out when it's 1. So anytime, I think this could suck, but anytime we are here in the from float and we dither, we want to go to, we want to clip here. I think we want to clip here. What do you think? I think that's true. I don't see a way around that. So pointer's a float star. Yeah. Yeah. We can do a 3-way min-max, but I don't think we have that function here. Let's see. Nope. Alright. I'm just going to put it here. Yeah, so this looks like it surrounds that. And it gets dereferenced. So you put a question mark like that. No. You just say greater than 1.0. Because the only time from float gets used, let's double check. From float. I want to make sure it's only used when converting to ints. We don't ever use it when converting to, we don't convert to another float because we don't need to. Yeah, so 1.0. Then we clip here. Or, yeah, and this is where this stuff gets reused. So that's a backslash. It's less than negative 1.0. It's negative 1.0. It's nice to have that pre-alignment. And then the other thing that it can be is just this guy. This will get evaluated from left to right, so it's fine. Yeah. And that's actually not bad. Let's make the comment. For float, we internally allow the values greater than 1.0, which would blow up the dithering. So, to int values. From float is only